This is a test game using an aggressive version of the rock. Expecting an interesting match. Alright, solid hand. It would be nice to have a green source that comes in untapped, but I'll probably have other stuff I want to do. Ooh, Coastal Tower. Alright, let's lead with Duress then. Yep. Gotta take the standstill. Humility is pretty damaging, but I've got a number of other turns before it can come down. Oh. Yeah, there's Naturalize. Okay. I'm gonna play the Wretch, because I don't mind if it gets countered. And if it doesn't, you know, the opponent just didn't use their mana for the turn, so good stuff. Ooh, Greyboar Muse. Very good draw. Glad to have that. Yeah, this Naturalize is definitely making me feel safer. Time for the Rat. Probably going to counterspell it, I would think, unless the opponent has something actually bad. Oh. Okay. Oh, that explains it. Alright. That's funny. Okay. Let's do this first. Gonna name Counterspell. We've got Mana Leak there. Okay. Interesting. You know, maybe I could just play the Worm and then kill the Humility next turn. Then the Humility can... Well, then the Worm can attack for 5 next turn, which is going to be great. Alternatively, I could Naturalize now and then play Greyboar Muse next turn, which would be good too. You know, I think the Greyboar Muse is a bit higher impact with the opponent at 18 life. Alright. Gonna get in for 3. And, I mean, the opponent might Wrath or something. And they probably don't play that many Mana Leak. So, I don't know. I think it just feels right to go for it. Yeah, definitely in a good position now. There's the Factory. The opponent has 1 unknown card. Factory is summoning sick. Get in with Wretch. And if the opponent didn't draw an answer to this Greyboar Muse, they're really going to get buried. What are they thinking about? Wrath. Ugh. Man. That is disappointing. Alright, well, I have good follow-up. Yeah, that Wrath really saved the opponent there. Anyway, Tempting Worm is completely without drawback right now. Just 3 hits from killing the opponent. Seemed a bit premature for a concession, but you know, I was in a good spot. Good cards coming up. Alright, time to sideboard. What do I want to board here? Withered Wretch can go. Wall of Blossoms. I mean, usually I just never take out Wall of Blossoms in regular rock or survival rock, but I mean, without Recurring Nightmare, its general utility is significantly reduced. All right, let's do that. And the Gibbons seem appropriate here. Naturalize seems good. I can hit Humility, I can hit Factory. Really glad to get either of those. The opponent might have, I don't know, like Meddling Mage or something, but it doesn't feel like it would matter enough to keep removal in for. Like, I know I can hit Factory with it, but I'm just gonna get the wall. Can use it to flashback therapy. And as long as I'm not, I mean, if I only have one, I'm not going to just draw a big clump of them and throw off my game like that. I think one is pretty harmless. So just looking through, everything appears to be useful. I'm going to submit it. Alright, yeah, I'm really looking for a duress or a therapy. Can't have the opponent getting me with standstill. I mean, this isn't what I meant. It's like I made a wish with an evil genie or something. Alright, mulligan. That is kind of funny. But I mean, what am I gonna go to 5? I don't think so. Yeah. Goodbye, swamp. Here we go. And if the opponent goes for turn 2 standstill, I mean, I've got 2 treetops ready to go that they are not aware of. Hopefully I can get good value out of the Hidden Gibbons. I haven't really had the opportunity to use them much. Like, in terms of, like, impact for the mana cost, it's an insanely good deal. I don't know. I'm hoping the opponent doesn't, like, just get it with, like, an end of turn impulse to find Wrath of God or something like that. I'm going to play another one here. Don't think I'm overextending with it. feel like I just have to advance my position. I can't be holding back here deliberately. Nice. All right. I'm gonna go for the attack. I really hope I don't end up getting, just wrecked by a Wrath of God here. Like if they swords this and then Wrath. Well, they didn't swords it at least, so it's not that bad. And they also have an impulsed into Wrath, so it's looking pretty good here. Now I could go for the Graveborn Muse, but then I'm really opening myself up to Wrath. Alternatively, I could just attack with the Village. And play another Village? I don't know, though. I mean, I do kind of want to wait to have some kind of backup for the Muse before I run it out there. It's very important. Yeah, it feels like this is right. I don't want to just throw it out there. And just the Wrath of God paranoia is pretty strong. I don't know. Like, on the one hand, I would think that if they could have activated my hidden stuff and then Wrath, they would have just done it last turn, but I don't know. Maybe they've got just a bunch of land drops to make and they're biding their time. I'm not sure what all this is about. Just sacking a land and then letting it hit. Anyway, follow up with the other treetop, and was this fact or fiction I would expect? I really hope it isn't, but I mean, this draw has had no disruption. There's nothing I could do to take it away from the opponent. Yeah, it's got to be fact or fiction. Nope, it's decree. Alright. That is fine. I'm not a big fan of Decree of Justice. It's just so overpriced. I don't know. I mean, I could see playing like 1 or 2. Oh, here we are. But most decks play 3. And I don't know, I think I'd lean more toward 1. It just, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like a good card. Are we going to draw a counterspell here? I forbid. Okay. Well, the gibbons are no longer hidden. No way am I playing Graveborn Muse now. If the opponent doesn't have Wrath, then they're just going to counter it. I mean, they've got 6 cards. I've only drawn out a single counter with that duress. So either they don't care about it and it shows up in their Wrath, or they do care about it and they just counter it. Anyway, I think I'm still in a pretty good spot. I don't know, every time the opponent untaps it, it's just scary. Once again, they did nothing. Weird. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep milking that treetop village value. Opponent has an impulse now. Hmm. Yeah, no swords or anything. They really need a wrath here. I mean, I guess they could cycle. Nope, they're just conceding. All right, well, feel good about how that went. The Hidden Gibbons did what I hoped they would do. So yeah, seems like a success overall.